we are here today on this fine afternoon to clean an engine that has become despicable.
You're not talking about me. You're talking about yourself.
But in all trueness, this is the engine from the Plague car. It had a lot of rust, or still has a lot of rust here and here, and it's got a lot of oil built up and stuff. I think so. Because the water... The other thing we need to do to get this engine ready, other than like gaskets and stuff, is this guy. This is just crumbly bumbly. This was not as bad, but this was really bad. And to get these off, you usually have to heat it. So after we POR the motor, pull this EGR cooler plate off so we can heat the back of the head. The POR 15. Well, the can was messed up, so I had to put in something else. Yeah, I like.
Wow, now.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
Look how clean that boat looks.
I know, right? Alright, here on day 2, Tyler's not with us. Boop. Just like that. Came right off. Okay, he's definitely hitting something. Had to stop for a second there. This thing wasn't rotating well. It would spring back, like it would go bah, and then like back. It's moving about maybe 2 millimeters. So when I do back and forth, I'm saying when I do back and forth. So there is play in it. It broke. Fuck. Well, that's what we're worried about happening. It broke. It broke off. I don't know what to do now. So, after my debauchery breaking the heater thing off, we're going to focus on the bottom of the motor here. And because there were a lot of things up here that were loose that shouldn't have been loose. So, there's a good chance there's things underneath and inside the motor they're loose that shouldn't be loose. So we're gonna investigate that now. Get ready, it's gonna start going soon. Hey, this is what I was looking for. Bad coolant, bad coolant. Stay. You have been not authorized for entry into my carport. Disassembly code. Yeah, you didn't bring the right tools. It's bubbling at the bottom of the pistons. Look.
Wait, just
You can see it on that side. I can't see it on this side from where I am, but you might see it on my side. So we have a a bubble butt engine. It's got, I'm sorry, shit. Did it break? Were you tightening or loosening it?
Better than losing it. I suck. Alright. And I regret to say that's not the first time I've snapped off a bolt because I've been doing it the wrong way.
Hold on. Makes you feel any better. Jacob was doing it too. Ah! Time to cook ourselves. Cook ourselves. Thank you. I was gonna get it, Tyler.
All right.
Bolt breaker, Tyler.
Hey.
Some people are heartbreakers. You're a bolt breaker. I'm just gonna let that. Why are you so high?
I don't know. Well, so I can see
Okay.
it. That's why.
So we're gonna let that sit there and dissolve the oil, and then we're gonna flip it. I think we're only gonna get to about here the other way, so we're never gonna get that middle ground. But what we'll do is afterwards we'll come outside and just dump it on there. Yeah. Today, cooking with God. Wait, I gotta get a thing. Hold on. Thumbnail. Let me turn my light on so we get more light. Are you recording all this?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Today, cooking with Carl. Okay, that's a great thumbnail. I was trying to go with the thumbnail would be.
2 hours later.
There we go. That works.
Yeah.
Call Carl a cinematographer now.
So it's definitely clean some junk. Give a peek at that water.
Oh yeah, it's gross.
Yeah.
Just need some elbow grease.
We did it with some mineral spirits. Get a lot of that up, and then we'll get all the old silicone off.
The next morning.
This one had just water and Dawn soap soaking in it overnight. The one on your right was the one that we boiled yesterday and let sit overnight with Dawn in it as well. So let's see how they did. See him using the facilities?
Sorry. So this head, before we continue, had problems with cylinder number 3. It had a hole in the valve. I replaced it, swapped it in, and that's when I did my leak down test. I may have found another problem with number 3 cylinder exhaust stroke. Inside the exhaust port,
Dirt divers.
fucking dirt divers. So, put this one over there. There we go. And then you remove the old valve stem seal. And that's what it looks like. I was talking shit, and I don't know if you can tell. I was talking shit. And I hammered the side of my finger and pinched it, and that was turned red, and it hurts. It hurts a lot.
You poor thing.
That's what he gets.
I was talking shit, like I finished one, I was about to start on another, and Tyler hadn't even got something else done. I was like, oh, I'm gonna finish 2 before you even finish 1. And God came down and said, "Ha, motherfucker. You talk about my favorite child, Tyler."
You shall be humbled.
Yeah. Now I don't even want to use my finger. It hurts so much.
Well, I'm share responsibility. That's my fault.
All your fault. All your fault. Let's go out there to the wheelbarrow.
Everything's my fault, Carl. World hunger, too.
Huh. Well, as long as you admit it.
Fuck, I forgot how heavy it was.
Okay, cool.
We just used.
I have the chisel.
Oh, fuck. I didn't know that.
So, guys, you know on the top of the 7M, the stock valve cover bolts are a Phillips. Horrible design. This one on top of this motor, this awful motor, was so rusted out you couldn't use a Phillips. And we tried cutting it. We tried vice grips, right?
Yep.
Anything else we tried? Just flatheads, right?
Prayer. We tried prayer.
Did you pray? I didn't pray.
No.
Okay. Hell, Satan. JK! I came up with the idea of using a chisel as a flathead, and we just hammering it in there and trying to chisel it, hammering it. We were like putting the chisel at an angle and hammering it, and it would move. But then I mentioned something like you probably put a socket on this. So Tyler brought out his what do you call these things? A hammer drill?
This is more like an impact driver. I got the wrong thing. This is an impact driver.
Right, but it worked. And we got 11/32 on this chisel. Put it in here. I held it in place with my fingers. And then we just hit it a little burst, and it slowly spun it out. Now we were trying to remove the head. That's what I was thinking. There's too much tension on it. All right, now jacket. There we go. There we go. You spin me right round, right round. That's
Oh my god.
we're going downtown.
Stop. Just stop.
Ma'am, can you identify, is this your son?
And the Oscar goes to...
Alright, yeah, so we had to stop recording because the guys come cut the grass and they were stirring up grass and everything. But let's take a look at this thing. Now that we finally had the head off. Right up in these other cylinders, lots of trash. Can you, I don't know if you can see that trash.
Try to get to focus.
See all that trash in there? Yeah, we're gonna try to clean all that out. So, we've got the head ready. We've got the block deck surface. We put the front timing cover and seals on. Everything's ready for the head gasket. And you may be wondering, what head gasket are we using for this new 7M GT build? Well, it's probably the best head gasket that there is. Felpro. The #1 OEM brand gasket material. So you're probably like, what the fuck? You're supposed to use a metal head gasket. Well, a metal head gasket requires way more prep. You gotta like completely flatten, clean the head surface completely, like almost to a machine shop. And that just seems stupid for what we're trying to do. This is good enough for OEM specs. We're gonna run just regular 6-7 PSI stock boost for a real long time because we're going to get the engine running, and there's so much more in the car we have to do before we can actually start doing cool power stuff. So, plus this motor is not exactly in the best condition, so why put all that effort with a metal head gasket in when it's a good chance that the motor might blow and has nothing to do with the head gasket? So, we're going to put a Felpro in here. Plus, I ran a Felpro in an MA7M for about 10 years, and it didn't give me any problems. Granted, that's also a non-boosted application, so I get the skepticism, but also this is kind of a good documentation for like, what can a Felpro do? What can a stock Felpro gasket do? Don't bend, don't bend. Alright, so hopefully our head goes on as easy as this guy is, because That was difficult as hell. Don't she look pretty, folks? There's a spit and shine in that thing. Alright, let's get back to work. Slight detour. Decided to put on the coolant bypass bar first. Just because it's a little easier when the head's not in the way. Trust me, we'll be putting that head on any minute now. I have no idea what the length of this video is so far. But hopefully you're still stay tuned. You're not just Jacob and my step cousin Dustin. That there's other people watching and enjoying the content. If you are, like and subscribe. That way we know to make more cool videos. Because they're cool, right? The videos are cool. Very cool. Speaking of which, some people like to, their goal is to make videos and eventually, hopefully, the YouTube partner program will have ads and they'll make money. Well, that's cool. I'm a filmmaker. He's a filmmaker. We just like filming videos and making videos. That's kind of, and like we're working on cars, so it's like, just want to say that we're not here just like to hopefully grow the channel, make a lot of money. If it happens, cool. If not, we just share what we're doing. Hopefully people enjoy it.
You POR this.
All right, Tyler, go ahead and put the head on. What are you waiting on?
Sorry.
Get to work, huh? This kid over here. Kids these days, these Gen Zers. Are you a Gen Z or you're a millennial? You're on the cusp.
Yeah.
What year?
I was 97.
He's a 97. I think that's Gen Z technically. I think 96 the cutoff for.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Don't you put that on us!
I'm playing the Gen Z.
The weird thing is Tyler's more like more elder millennials than he is a younger millennial or even a old Gen Zer. You get to know him. That he's more like he's more like someone born between 1980 and 1986. Okay, there you go. Wunderbar! Q-tips I left out. I was cleaning my ears the other day and I was like, oh, I'm going to need these Q-tips for the ARP. And I left them out so I wouldn't have to tell you to go get them in the cabinet. They're unused. They're new.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying when I was... the way I said it. I was saying that when I was cleaning my ears, I left 2 new extras out.
I was like, that's a bit odd.
Yes, Carl Johnson's special secret for building awesome 7Ms is use earwax. We got the bigging. We just did 2 passes, 30 and then 60 for the head studs. And now we're moving on to 90 per ARP's recommendation. Oh, he broke it. Oh, no.
The thing just snaps in half and falls off there.
Cool. Wunderbar. Alright. And we'll be back after these messages. And that.
Now, 限界域への独走。トヨタ 3000GT New Supra 発表。ファントゥードライブトヨタです。
Alright, so yes, my ears have been lowered. Or is it lowered or raised?
Lowered.
Lowered. My ears have been lowered, yes. A drift event has happened, so much has happened. So we put the oil pump back in. We drilled out the little hole that Tyler broke, and we're able to get the bolt sort of in there. We're going to send it. But now we're going to put the oil pan gasket on. And most people will be like, oh, silicone. We're going to use a cork gasket. And the reason a lot of cork gaskets leak is because you're supposed to spray both sides of it with a gasket adhesive. This is a all-purpose spray adhesive. You're supposed to spray each side, give it time to tack, flip it, spray the other side, and then put it on the surface. That's how a lot of small block Chevy and Fords that use cork gasket oil pans, that's how they're supposed to be. But one of the things we have to do before we apply is we have to put silicone here, 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 and here. Basically just the surfaces between the aluminum and steel or iron plates. That's kind of like give a little gasket service. But that's what we're using. We're using this, and you might be all like, it's gonna be awful. I've had oil pan gaskets that lasted 10 years before the engine went, not the gaskets start leaking. So if done right, they can last. So we're gonna do it this way. Also saves time later when you blow the engine, you have to take it apart anyway. Now you don't have a surface you don't have to clean as much. Because, you know, 7Ms, they like to blow.
Oh my, it was
Wind, yeah.
wind's coming, yeah.
Definitely feels like a blue material. So we've got a little bit ectoplasm situation going on here. And my hands are like cruddying up here. Oh, yeah, watch where you step, Tyler.
I just realized that.
So, next time we do this, or if you're at home doing this, wear disposable gloves. You know what's funny, Tyler?
What?
We have disposable gloves right on the cart. We could have put on to avoid this ectoplasm. We're stupid.
Speak for yourself. I'm just a bolt breaker.
Bolt breaker! Bolt breaker! There you go. Backwards. There you go. Use those 2 guide pins. There. Ah! There we go.
Alright.
Woo! Alright, that's lunch. It's not a real motor until you put some NGK spark plugs into it. NGK, please sponsor me. Even though these are like $1.50 plugs. Now, when I first did spark plugs on my Hyundai Tiburon, the rubber piece came off on the plugs. It was my first time ever doing spark plugs, and the damn seal in the socket kept staying on the plugs. I was like, you son of a bitch. Before we continue with this and putting the cam caps and tightening them down and all that torque sequence, I want to make sure that the head is actually getting oil. So what we're going to do is put oil in the car, and we got a mixture of synthetics and non-synthetics and whatever. It'll be fine for this. Look at these mud tires. They're everywhere. Anyway, so, and then what we're going to do is, once we got oil, I'm going to use a high-speed drill, not a high-torque drill, and I'm going to manually spin the oil pump, which will then suck up the oil and disperse it throughout the motor. Oh yeah, brand new Denso oil filter. When we spin this over, it's going to send oil to the head, but it's also going to send oil out right here for the turbo. So what we're going to do is mount the turbo manifold and turbo and drain plug, just so we have something there to kind of catch that oil. So this is where we're putting the oil in. This is the old, this goes right into the oil pan if anybody's wondering, so no worries. So what we put in is, one's a synthetic blend, one's full synthetic, one's just straight 30 weight oil, and now 10W30 just conventional oil. The most accurate oil that should be going in here is finally going in. Here we go. There we go. Oil's getting to the head. Here's the skinny, folks. I had a head I put on, and the port in the block was clogged, and the oil never got to the head, and I almost burnt the head up. So a lot of this was just like CYA, cover your own ass. And I knew it was gonna make a mess, but it was like, it's just safety. Like, hey, boom, we know, boom, right. We've got our clean thermostat housing on, which looks like it has dried soap all on it. Now we're putting on these hoses, trying to. go. Here we go. So you see how that's 0? Lines up with that little notch 0? And these are now at their little notches. Everything's timed.
Yeah.
Yeah! I peed in your pool. 195 foot-pounds will come much later when it's in the car. We have all the other stuff hooked up to it.
Is it 195 foot-pounds?
Yeah. I'm trying to hold the camera, that's why.
It's their threat.
And that's it. That's it, guys. The motor is halfway done. Manifolds, harnesses, electronic stuff. Right?
Yep. We're halfway there.
Yeah. So, I'm taking a break. I'm going on a little vacation. Tyler's gonna
Go visit family.
Yeah, Tyler's gonna keep doing. He's doing. It's the holidays right now, so we're gonna continue this again in a month or so.
Yep.
Which for you, hopefully, this would be like the next video. Hopefully. Oakley dokley.
Ready? Did you just fart?
Did you record that?
I just started. I didn't.
Might we be using for this new 7M GT build? Well, it is. Let's start over.